back, and here's another delightful episode I'm going to give you. Behind me, 74 Super Beetle of the variety. It's delightful. It's blue. It's like a little cute little Easter egg. Too bad it's not Easter. But anywho, this dude drove all the way from Illinois. That place up there by Chicago. Drove it all the way down here. He's in town for a couple days or whatever. So I'm dropping it off. We'll go through it. A couple things just need to be done to it. Actually, the spark plug wires first and foremost, because they will light your butt up. Really surprising, because the engine is apparently only a 500-mile engine on it. I'm going to tune a little bit on the carburetor. Said it's a little off choke-wise, or what have you. We'll go through that. We'll check the old rockers, make sure that they're adjusted in right. Also, this car used to be an AC car back in the day, back when it was born. You just want to see if AC can go actually back in it, because the doobly-doo under the hood, trunk, front, the opposite end of this is still there. Lines connected. They don't look like they're messed with in any way. But I don't see any provisions under here anymore for it. So see if possibly in the future he can put AC back in the car without going through a big fuss and to do about it. But that said, it should be just a general GVI, general visual inspection, and a little bit of tuning with the screwdrivers and some of the feeler gauges. So let me get this thing up in the air. Like I said, first thing's probably third. We're just going to swap out these wires to, not get electrocuted every time, because I like energy drinks more than electric. That's not a lie. But let's get this thing up, and I'll bring you in, and let's swap some wires. Three of you guys up here. Nothing really exciting. We'll do some wires. It is, it's like a, small block Chevy, if you will. And I do love me with some GMs. I have some, if you haven't noticed in the background. Practically my entire, driving around vehicles are small, or are at least of the Chevrolet variety. But what do you call it? Yeah, it's pretty much like a small block Chevy. Firing order's exactly the same in no way. There's also 4 less cylinders. But yeah, you yank these wires, put new ones on. If you're curious, firing order on this bad Oscar is 1432. So 1 always here on double nines or what have you. The gears put in backwards. And long story longer. It's really annoying when you go to put wires back in and you find out the distributor drive was put 180 off, and then now you don't know why the hell the thing ain't running. But I digress and regress to this. We're going to yank all these wires out and put new ones in. Like I said, this thing only has 500-ish miles on it. Anyway, I don't think you want me to ramble on how to put wires on. Google's your friend for that one. Pretty self-explanatory. Remove one, put one. Remove one, put one. Remove one. Make mess, put one. But the other camera's rolling, so that's why I don't have to come up with amazing commentary for, feels like I commentate golf with some of this stuff. So, with that said, I'll bring you back in when we do something a little more interesting. I just want to pull number 2 out right now, but this is what I'm talking about. These nubby ends, or whatever, like every other spark plug in the world that uses them pretty much, you gotta take them off. So you got that, so that the threads, the new wire goes click. Also, look at the plug. She's pretty dialed in. Looks good, not burning any oil. Heat looks pretty all right. And I know these were black when he started his journey, and brake cleaned and cleaned them up. So still a healthy plug. Plus the old Bosch R10. I run NGKs normally. Doesn't matter. But let me continue. Out, take tip off, in, out, tip off, in. 3 more times. Fun. Status update. Wires are in. So that's good. Engine's at TDC on either 1 or 3. You've seen me adjust valves before. I don't care. So get this thing in the air, adjust whatever the hell is open, or check whatever's open and adjust if needed. But yeah, so plugs in. We'll get this thing, shoot this thing up, and check out the valves. All right, she's up in the air. What did I guess on? I think I guessed TDC 3. Yep. We'll just roll it over in 1. Excuse me. I'm gonna spin her over to 1. Just because they feel off. The rocky and the wibble wobble, not the warmest of feelings I'm feeling. So I'm just gonna roll her over to 1 and start like a normal person. Come on, a little more. What do we say? Oh yeah, these feel off. 1's loose. Intake. All right. Cylinder 1 and the intake on 2 feels good. 4 is way loose on the exhaust. It's a little off, not major. 4 seems the worst right now. Exhaust side. I could be wrong. What are we reading? Oh yeah, she's huge. Huge, some would say. Just bring it in here. I know. Not excited. Weep. That's a 6. There's no drag on that. I'm gonna grab my other ones. As they start. If it's 8, I'm good with. But it feels bigger than that. Oh yeah, it's bigger than 8. That's an 8 thou. Let's jump up to 14. 14 feels too big. We're not gonna wedge her in, but get it from a different angle. Oh yeah, 14's even going in with like 0. There's like 0 drag on that, and that's an 014. So that definitely needs a little help. Let me go around to the other side real quick. I guess I can bring you guys along. Didn't think this was turning into this. Where's the light? Cameras have lights. Yeah, cameras have crappy lights. At least mine does. But let's see what we got over here. This is cylinder 1, so this should be 6. Not as much drag as I was like. Not as much drag as I would like, and then the intake, you could do the intake on TDC. Again, not as much drag as I would like. So go through them all, set them at 6. They're probably set to 8 or 10. Shed some illumination on this. So I can see, and you can see, and we all can see. Really wish I pulled this tire off, but You know, I'm stubborn. Because it is inconvenient. Good thing I'm amphibious and can use both arms. Oh, they weren't even tight. I mean, they are loose. Oh yeah. Okie dokie. Okie dokes. Oh yeah, I got a big turn out of that one. I mean, if you can see how far I'm actually turning the screwdriver to say, just seat it. And obviously they got to go through. There's no way I hit 6 on that. It was just running it down. That one feels good, actually. That one can go in some. That one feels definitely too tight. Or is it the angle? It is not the angle. I just goofed. That down. Give a little back off on this. They're very loose adjusters. There you go. Alright, so we got drag. Now it's time to lock it down. Freaking. I know that's where that needs to go. I think I tightened up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I did tighten. I tightened. I'm a dummy. Throw a little bit of back off. There. Back to where I was. Well, I'll get back to you when I do run through all these. Just wanted to show you that they are out of adjustment. They were tight, or not tight, loose. So I'll just let me run through these now. I'll go through, run through all these, snug them down, and get back to you. My flashlight. As for the lines on the AC, see what we got going on under here. Lines, they hook up like they should. Pretty sure they got cut. And I also, for some reason, think there was wires running through one of them. But that's good. Master looks good. Stuff looks good under here. Whoa! Good thing he's going to find out about it now versus when, you know, on his journey here. Excuse me. So what I got, usually do the jiggle wiggle check whenever a car's up in the air. Just, whatever, it's in here for a GVI anyway, so, checking everything. Front end seems good. We're gonna shoot some grease into there, but when you do the tire shake, you don't want this. Up and down motion. Loudly and clearly into my chest. Wheels loose. Wheels either loose, but I can tell you it's a spindle. So, yank off the hubcap, pull off the grease cap, and yeah. Let's tighten up a wheel. Yahtzee! Boonk. Good news, there's a ton of grease in here actually. Bad news, it's not tight. You bring in, you can see all the grease that's in there, but the play, I don't know if you'll be able to pick it up. There's way, that is some thick stuff too. But the play in this wheel, no opportune of perfection. All right, so what I'm doing is, with that knocky, we're gonna over tighten it. They are used and they have some miles on, so I don't want to go too crazy. But I want to I got the goo on me. I want to over tighten it just basically to seat those bearings. I hear crunchiness, so they're probably, that's going away. But over tighten, and then you want to back off that preload. And I'm hearing drum drag. A little tighter, snug. Good, bearings are in, they're loaded. We'll, no more shaky, wakey, wiggly. And just remember to, tighten your jam nut. The good news, well, not really good news, if that does happen, hypothetically go loose, what would happen is it actually spin because your car is going this way. If stuff starts to move, it'll hypothetically start to tighten. It'll eat out all your bearings, don't get me wrong, it'll over tighten the crap out of them. Ask me how I know, I've done it on my own car thing. Thank you, baby Jeebus. But there we go, grease cap on, bearings fixed. Same thing on this side. I thought it wasn't, I thought I was feeling something different. I are not. All right, got the front knocked out. We're gonna drop this thing down, hook a timing light onto it, fire it up, see what the valve adjustment and tune is. So let's drop it. Let me get set up again. Okay, party people, doing something interesting here. Gotta do a voiceover. Way too much background noise, but I'll walk you through the dummery and the science that I am currently conducting. We currently have the strobe light expertly put on the bumper. I'm revving the engine up to about 2,800 RPM. Not about exactly, actually. And I'm slightly moving the distributor to 28 degrees of advance full. I set these 009s to 28 at 28. You can go through the interwebs. You can be told you're doing it wrong. You can be told you're doing it right. The baseline of these distributors is anywhere from 28 degrees on the bottom end to 32 at the top. Doing a rev verification right now. Checked out, seeing about where it's idling. I think the idle speed, or the comeback, the bring back at idle rest right now, because it is revving a little high, is something like 10. When I bring it down, it comes right around 7, 8-ish. And really where the base timing on idle doesn't matter. It's the full advance you're looking for at these distributors. Currently walking that idle down. I set them right about 800. Plus or minus, you know, a digit or 7. But like I said, quick commentary on what I was doing. Alright, she's idling right around 800. I'm going to shut her down. Gonna obviously shut it down, give it a second, and see if she does a refire. It should fire up. Well, now it's pointless test. Not really, but took a little bit of cranking. What did I do with the air filter? Took a little cranking to fire this thing up. You should just be able to, you know, breathe on the key, if you will, and start, especially because this car does have an electronic ignition in it. So let's see, hopefully, and that's how they run. Timed in, set at 28, shouldn't have any issues. She's running nice, smooth, easy peasy. Gonna take it out real quick and see how she does. All right, just gonna throw it out here. This is not the same blue vehicle we've been working on in this episode. Funny thing is, owner came, picked up the car. I didn't have time to, you know, do my normal shtick of, you know, run a driver and, you know, test driving videos and stuff like that. But I digress. He picked up the car. He had a couple issues with it. He was doing a poke around here in town. Float stuck. Nothing I can do. I can just tell him how to fix it with a hammer. He did it. Enjoyed the rest of his weekend. He drove it all the way back to Illinois land. Stayed above me, I think, north. Maps aren't, I'm not a mapologist. I'm not really 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it's above me. But with that said, he ordered a new coil and a new carburetor, just due to the fact that his coil was getting really, really hot. So I think that led to some of his spark and erratic backfiring. Just when they get hot, they break down. They're just not as efficient. They can be more efficient. And just a new carburetor, just because it had a new empty on it. It looked like a new empty. It was a new engine. I don't know, but I've had nothing but bad luck out of the empties. I've had better luck out of the $70, $75, you know, cheap knockoff empties off eBay than I have with the actual, you know, stamp branded empties. But with that said, he's back home. He seems like he's happy. He's, I guess, driving it around. But he got to enjoy Louisville. Got to have a nice father-daughter, you know, whatever weekend trip. So hopefully I see him again next time he's in town. We'll see what we can do. But with that said, like, subscribe, share, comment. We can chat. Do what you want. Don't care. Appreciate you watching. See you on the next one. Thanks, guys.